Good morning, students. Once again, we are here to deliver you the lecture of business communication. Let us discuss the unit number 1. In unit number 1, we have to learn the merits and demerits types of communication. In your materials, all the topics is covered in detail. So, this is the process of communication that we have learned in unit number 1 of semester number 1. The elements of process of communication, that is TX, RX, mediums, channels, and so. Certain number of things that is covered, that is code, encode, decode, are also helpful to learn the process of communication. In the process of communication, we are using the symbols that we have also discussed earlier. The last step of process of communication, that is called feedback. Communication feedback is the reply of the person who is receiving the message from the sender. Certain number of principles of communication that we have discussed earlier, that the communication should be clear, appropriateness is there to make proper communication. Time factor is also considering while we are making the communication. You attitude is also required to make effective communication. Curiosity is one of the basic measures of making effective communication. Preciousness, communication should be precious, not like big literature. Fairness, in each and every communication we require to have a fair communication. Unfair communication is not helpful to us. As per the semester number 2, our first question is the basic form of communication. Explain in detail. This is also known as the types of communication. Communication is a process of passing information and idea from one person to another. Person who wish to send the message use the process of communication to send message. In corporate communication and in day-to-day life, communication is everywhere. So there are main forms of communication is A, B and C: the oral communication, written communication, and the non-verbal communication. Oral communication is through a speech, that is called communication, is done by oral communication. We are using the oral communication for most of the purpose. At present, when we are talking to our friends or colleagues, is called oral communication. It is very natural and immediate, because the another person with whom you are making communication is in front of you or on a call to you. We can say that the oral communication is face-to-face communication, telephonic communication, interviews, group discussions, meeting. So it is immediate to get the feedback. Clear speech and sweet voice in oral communication can be heard easily, and the reply is also given by the receiver, listener, with ease. Another form of communication, that is written communication. The communication by words, but the written words is called the written communication. In the corporate offices, we have certain number of letters, circulars, memos, notice, reports, minutes, everything are the part of written communication. It is somehow slow in comparison to oral communication. It takes some time while presenting with the written communication, but it is very clear and secured in comparison to oral communication, because the thing that we have communicated are derived in a word, in a document, in a form of hard copy that cannot be changed further. We use for future references, so it is legal evidence also. The another form of communication is a non-verbal communication, that we are making the communication by the sign and symbols, signals, gestures, graph, pictures, maps, diagrams. We can convey our message by our facial expression also. So this is the communication that is considered as non-verbal communication. It is somehow quick, like oral communication. For example, if you are driving with a car on traffic signal, you get the message that stop here. That is one basic example of non-verbal communication. Human being responds more powerfully by the picture, symbols, colors, sounds than the language. This method of communication is best method by conveying important message to literate people. Non-verbal communication can overcome the barriers of communication. With the help of non-verbal communication, we can overcome the barriers of written and oral communication. Basically, there are two portions of communication. The first one is a verbal, it covers the oral and written, and another is a non-verbal that we have discussed in above page. The verbal communication means connected with the words that is used by the human being orally or written pro forma also. It is a language that is understood by the person who is sending the message and receiving the message. Certain number of common symbols, codes, signs that are understood easily by both the parties of communication. That's why it is very useful to speak or write. Obviously, we can have an idea that both the persons who sending the message and receiving message understand the message with easily, because of the language that is used by the sender is have in a knowledge of the receiver of the message. There are two parts that we have discussed earlier. The first one is oral communication and another is a written communication. So let us discuss what is the oral communication. There are several situations in which the communication takes place that is called oral communication, that we are making face-to-face communication. The person with whom we are making communication is in front of us. It may happen that we are using our cellular phone to make a communication by telephone. We are making presentation to our students, to our colleagues, to staff by the way of meetings, intercom that is used in corporate office, in school and college and in big organization. With the help of radio that is very familiar to us right now, conversations that is delivered by the speaker to its subordinates. Tape recorder. With the help of tape recorder, the news and media are record its message that is delivered by the speaker, and after that words analyze the tape recorder's message and print it into the print media. Speech, that is delivered by the key persons, interviews, and the grapevine, that everything that we have familiar in the earlier unit. The first one is face-to-face communication is possible between two individuals or among small groups of persons. Examples are the interviews, conference, and meetings. The face-to-face communication is required minimum two persons. Actually, the communication required minimum 2%, but face-to-face communication is also required minimum 2%. And in interviews, the person who is taking interview, it is not required that only one person take interview. A group of people can take interview of one person also. In conference, number of persons are at there. In meeting, so many peoples are at there. In this kind of communication, we have the quick feedback. It is very immediate. Clarifications are very possible in it. Moreover, face-to-face situations offer richer communication experience on account of presence of the living personality whose voice, tone, expression, and movements add significance to the words. Certain number of situations are very crucial situation that can be expressed very crucially by the words. So in oral communication and in written communication, the main difference is that the oral communication express with the words but with your facial expression also. Your gestures, your body language, movement contribute effectiveness to the oral communication. It affects in the mind of the receiver of the message. The person who is receiving message feels inside by the face of the speaker. The special evidence in face-to-face communication is that when we are making the communication with special gesture, with special expressions, with special sign and symbols, it affects in the mind of the receiver time to time, and the person who is receiving the message understand the importance of communication. In easy situation, we are delivering the message with smile in a relaxation manner, but in a sorrowful situation and in a deep extensive situation, we use some hard special expression. Gestures are the things that is used by the human bodies. For example, we are using our arm, our hands to make effective communication. For getting the response, the gesture shows us that we are asking, are you agree or not agree? At that time, the receivers are nodding their head. Gestures create communication very meaningfully and effectively. Although the gestures have no clear cut or definite meaning, they do communication effectively. The gestures of speaker depend on the size and the nature of the audience. Another thing is voice. First signal that receives or use the voice tells us about the speaker's sex, background, education, training, and temperament. Voice is a quality like a tone, volume, and pitch. Tone is a quality of the voice. Volume is the loudness or softness, which can be modified according to the number of persons. When we are making the public speaking, at that time the audience are very least, then we do not require to speak very loudly, because less audience can easily hear you. You can listen very clearly. In the number of peoples and in the more audience, you will have to express everything very clearly, loudly, and with open mind and with your presence of mind. Any fumbling of words can be understood or misutilized by the audience at a time. At a present day situation, with the help of social media, people are judging you, people are making recording of your speech, and they can utilize in a good manner as well as in a bad manner also. Posture, the way in which person holds himself, indicates something about the feelings and through. While appearing for interview, we have to take care of our body does not send any wrong signals. Posture is also very important in oral communication. If you feel sick, it shows on your face. That is the best example of your posture. Like a gesture, posture is very important. Your face explains the receiver that you are in a good situation or in a bad situation. Public speech. Another situation of oral communication is public speaking. Whenever you are giving the lecture, it is also public speaking. With the microphone or without microphone, the public speaking is dynamic between the speaker and audience can be varied. The audience, if the audience is large and you are giving public speaking without the microphone, you cannot explain your every words with ease, and the audience cannot get what you would like to say with ease. So whenever you are giving the public speaking in a large audience, a microphone should be at there, so you can make a clear cut conversations. In a situation, the speaker can hardly see the facial expression of people, of audience. Thus, the feedback is very much limited. In business organization, workers' meeting may be addressed by the manager or directors in the time of crisis. These meetings, the feedback are rather very poor and communication is hardly satisfactory. In business organization, we can see that public speaking take place often. Visual aid can be also used. You can use in your public speaking many aid that can make your communication better to the public. In a large number of audience, you can deliver your speech, and you can use projector also. You can use sounds also. So many things that helps to make your communication very crucial with the audience. Another things, by the use of computer, you can show the slides, short films, charts. This help you to deliver your public speaking in the mind of the person who is considered as an audience in your communication. However, public speech tends one way communication. The person who is speaking only speaks in communication, and all the others who are listener is considered as an audience. And telephone talks. At a present time, we can make telephone talk more than two peoples also. That is considered as a conference call. In earlier time, in telephonic talk, we have only two persons to deliver or receive the message. Failure and barrier of telephone talk arise from defects in the mechanical devices and networks and so on. Telephonic talk is successful between both the parties and telephone manner. As per our syllabus, we have to discuss certain number of advantages of oral communication. So that we will discuss in another lecture.